whenever you are here.
This is Lion Explores with the Lion Tour Guide inside the Tetteh Quarshie Memorial Cocoa Farm.
And I come from France.
Okay. Yes. My name is Nathalie and I come from France, Paris.
Yes. The same Elizabeth, France.
Okay. Yes, please.
I am Debbie and come to the United States in Indiana.
Okay. Yes, please.
But it's only fair to say we thought we were going to a Coca-Cola company. So we got down the airplane.
Farm. The process that makes Ghana our cocoa beans quality will also be experimented here. We also get a chance to taste both the fresh and dried cocoa beans.
Whoa, that's a
Nice tasty.
Yes. So the farm that we are in here, it was all established in the year 1879 by a man called Tetteh Quarshie. That's just a portrait of him. We have it. He was, okay, let me just bring it out here so that I'll be able to see it. He was a blacksmith by professional and also a Ghan. A Ghan is a tribe that tells that the person comes from Accra. So in the early 1870s, Ghana was being colonized by the British. So we had a lot of people coming into the country. A group of them were called the Basel missionaries. But here in Ghana, we call them the Presbyterians. They came here purposely because of work. And through the work, they took Tetteh Quarshie as a worker. Alongside the work here in Ghana, they had a contract to travel to Fernando Po, which is now known as Equatorial Guinea. So they went there in 1870 and returned in 1879. Over there, Tetteh Quarshie saw the plant that we Ghanaians, we mostly call it cocoa, but the Spanish will be calling it cacao. He had an interest in it and decided to bring some back to Ghana. But in those days, it wasn't allowed for him to travel with any planting material, like the cocoa from a different country back to his own country. So it was all through a smuggling process. And how did he smuggle the cocoa? We have a lot of stories being written about Tetteh Quarshie. One of it says that he swallowed the cocoa beans. And when he came to Ghana, he visited the washroom, had the beans and began to plant, which is not true. The reason is that in the olden days, they were not having the aeroplane for traveling. So if you are going to travel, it's either you walk or you take the ship through the sea. And he came by the sea and it took him 6 good weeks. So let's assume he swallowed the cocoa beans. Is it possible for the whole 6 weeks that he remained on the sea, he never visited the washroom? No. That is not possible. And also on the sea, whenever you go to the washroom, everything goes straight into the water. And there is no way you're going to get the beans back to come and plant. In Ghana, we have a process called the fermentation process, and that is what determines the quality of our cocoa beans. It goes through heat. So the moment heat gets into contact with the beans, the nutrient dies. Therefore, when you plant them, they are not going to germinate. Looking at human beings, we also have heat in our stomach. So if Tetteh Quarshie had swallowed the cocoa beans, they would have gotten fermented. And any fermented bean is never going to germinate. So what he did is, because he was a blacksmith, he was having to himself a tools box. That is, working tools were kept in. So after learning everything about the cocoa, he managed to get 6 of the ripe cocoa pod. Whenever they are ripe, you see them to be yellow in color. He got 6 of them, hid them in the tools box, and arranged the tools on it nicely. But before you be allowed to enter the ship, you need to go through inspection. But due to low technology, they were not having the scanning machines as we've gotten today to detect that cocoa was hidden under the tools. So they only opened the box, saw the metals being arranged nicely in it, and without thinking further that there is something hidden under it, they allowed him to enter the ship to make his journey back. So that is how he got a chance to introduce the cocoa to Ghana. Now we are having the first cocoa plantation located in the eastern region, and Tetteh Quarshie is not coming from this community. He comes from Accra and was residing at Osu. So it will be asked that why didn't he plant the cocoa in Accra, but came all the way here to the eastern region to plant it? The reason is that cocoa doesn't like areas whereby the sun shines on them too high. And also a land containing too much of salt is not going to help the plant to produce. That is why he didn't plant the cocoa in Accra. because in Accra, the sun shines very high over there. And where he was residing was also closer to the sea. And the sea is salty. So whenever he plants the seed there, they are not going to grow or germinate well. That is the reason why he came down to the eastern region, searching for a land. And this particular land was given to him as a gift from the chiefs. So he started the farming in the year 1879.
I have a question. First off, what's our elevation right here? We're not sea level, but how high are we?
We are really, really high, over 3,000 feet. Yes, over 3,000
And where did he bring it?
Yes, up from Accra.
Yeah, the crowd is 70 feet. And where did he bring the seeds from?
Equatorial Guinea.
Okay.
Yes. So since 1879, this is where he got the plants, the land, and he started the cultivation of the cocoa. So since 1879 also, we are having 2 of the original trees in the farm, still giving us cocoa pod. And it's been in existence for 146 years now, still producing. So have you got any question? Any question? Okay. Now with cocoa, we are having varieties of them in the world. But in Ghana, we are only basing on 3 main varieties: the hybrid, Amazonia, and the Amelonado. One Tetteh Quarshie came, he brought only 1 variety, and that is the Amelonado. But before you start getting the fruit on that particular tree, it's going to take you from 6.5 to 7 years. And farmers were complaining that the gestation period is too long. So research was done on it, and later they got 2 other varieties that will start bearing fruit within 2 years.
That's a hybrid?
Yes. And with that, you harvest from that 2 years up to 30, 35 years. After 35 years, the trees are not going to produce again. So you need to cut them down and plant new ones. But unlike the original one, which is the Amel, it doesn't have a specific lifespan. Everything determines by the good maintenance you be giving to the plant. So in this farm, we are only having 1 variety. That is the one Tetteh Quarshie brought, the Amelonado variety. We have differences between the 3. The first one will be the gestation period. The second one will be the ripeness of the fruits. Whenever they are ripe, you see the hybrid to be yellow. The Amelonado will also be yellow, but the Amazonia will be red in color. The size of the pod is also a different, because the hybrid is having a smaller, hybrid and Amazonia, they are rather big in sizes, but the Amelonado is having a smaller size. The beans in every cocoa pod ranges from 1 to 55. Not more than 55 and not less than 1 bean inside the pod. So you get a bigger pod like the hybrid and Amazonia and expect to get more of the beans in it, but no. Though the pod is big, it contains few of the beans rather, but the smaller pod rather contains more of the beans. In terms of weighing them, the Amelonado is having a heavy weight, but the hybrid and Amazonia is having a lighter weight.
So they're bigger but lighter.
Yes. Also, when it comes to the taste, cocoa tastes like mango or soursop. The ones that are more sweeter will be that of the hybrid and Amazonia. But with the Amelonado, they are sometimes sweet and sometimes too they are sour. That is the difference between the 3. Also, yes, one of it is that you always see the Amelonado variety growing very tall, but the hybrid and Amazonia is always seen to be very short. So you can tell the difference whenever you see a hybrid and also an Amelonado plant. Please, have you got questions?
And this farm, this has only
1 variety.
1 variety.
The Amelonado.
Now, you know, scientists say that with 1 variety, if any disease comes, it wipes everything out. How do you, is it like?
Yes, it's true.
engineered?
It's true. What happened is the hybrid and Amazonia were actually derived from the Amelonado. Yes. So we have a common disease that attack cocoa, all the 3 varieties. That is the black pod disease. With that, it's nature. We don't have any treatment or any medication for it. So it always comes in when we are in the raining season. Cocoa needs water, but not too much water. So as soon as we enter into the rainy season, it starts changing the color of the pod from even green or yellow to brown. Then from brown to black. That means they are spoiled and you can't use them again. Yeah. So you need to harvest them on time whenever they are yellow, so that it doesn't get affected by the rain or the disease that is called a black pod disease.
You have to do what so it doesn't get affected?
Harvest them on time.
Okay.
Yes, it doesn't fall by itself. The
Right.
pod is not going to drop by itself. It's not like an avocado, mango, or orange whereby it's going to drop. No.
So you just have
So
to
you
make sure
have
you
to
harvest it
pick
before.
Yes. Yeah. So we have a tool in the farm. That's what we use for the harvesting. That is a long stick with a sickle. Yeah.
You have it. You have it.
No, that is just a cutlass.
No.
Oh, okay, so he was holding it. Yeah. A very long tool with it. But if you have it at levels whereby you can touch, maybe like the ones on this particular tree, you just use your hand by twisting it for about 3 to 4 times, then it comes off.
Are these ripe?
No,
No.
when they
No.
when they are yellow,
Red or yellow?
yellow,
Yellow, yes.
yellow is ripe, but green is not ripe. Yeah.
So is that report period?
Come again. Sorry.
You pick up the cocoa every time
Every time?
in the
Okay,
year?
so we harvest 3 times in a year. We harvest 3 times in a year for all 3 varieties. Yeah, from June to middle of December. That is the harvesting period. Yeah. So it's only the first 7 or 2 years that you're going to waste. Any other year you're going to harvest 3 times in a year. Yeah. So are you seeing the flowers on them? There is a tiny cocoa flower on it. Have you seen it?
Like these?
No.
No. This is
This the flower here. So this is the beginning of the pod. It starts with the flower. Yes, then there's small pod here. This is a tiny cocoa
So
pod.
this turns into, so you can't damage these because you use all
Please come closer. Please.
At this point,
What happens
everybody
is,
was
this flower is
feeling
not yet
curious.
When it opens, it becomes something like this. Then the pod develops out of it, very tiny. It grows into stages until you see from here we come this, then we have this.
So a tree has a lot of
Yes.
fruit?
So the flowers start from the trunk through the branches. Every part there will be a cocoa flower. Yes. Any part of it. So we don't climb cocoa trees when it's time for harvesting. Yeah. That's how it is.
Very interesting.
So let's.
Me, and they say the same.
Really? Everybody is promoting theirs. Oh my God. So it's always fun to have tours with the Lion Tour Guide. We are still inside the Tetteh Quarshie Memorial Farm.
So that is papaya. You thought it's cocoa? No, this is not cocoa. This is papaya. But it looks like the cocoa.
Exactly.
Yeah, because whenever the cocoa is not ripe, it's green in color.
Exactly.
But when it's ripe, it turns yellow. And the papaya too, when it's ripe, it turns yellow. That's how it is. So this is papaya. Yeah, so we are having a papaya plant here. So in every cocoa farm, you'll be seeing permanent and temporary plants. The permanent plants are that of avocado trees, mango trees, orange trees, and soursop trees. They are serving as canopy or shading plants to prevent the sun from shining directly.
Is that what papaya trees are used for?
Yes. No, with the papaya, they are serving as temporary plants.
Colonized this,
Now,
who colonized back in the 1800s? What country?
Colonized
the
Ghana?
Yeah,
The British.
it was the British.
Yes.
Okay, so we are here. This is one of the original trees that was planted in 1879. We have another one down there with a signpost. So in this farm, these 2 trees are the oldest trees we are having. Cocoa trees don't grow to become big like this tree here. This is a shading plant. What happened is with the Amel variety, its main characteristics is that when the plant is weak and is about to lose its nutrients, another one shoots up to replace it from the root. So now let's look at this. We have 1, 2, 3, including this. It tells that the main tree itself that germinated in 1879 is dead.
You did.
But all these are coming from the same seed. That is why we classify everything as 146 years old. But looking at the farm, you see that the rest of the cocoa trees are all standing individually, which tells that they are not up to the ages of these 2 trees to give out offshoots. and that's because they were planted later. After Tetteh Quarshie died, the farm was abandoned, encroachment came into the land, and also the plants started to die off. So when the government came in, they came to meet these 2 trees. They took care of them, and when the fruits were ready, they did replanting. So most of the cocoa trees you are seeing out here were planted in 1960 from these 2 trees. But these 2 trees are from the pots or the seeds that he brought in from Equatorial Guinea.
Nice.
Now in the world, we have a lot of countries that are producing cocoa. But when it comes to West Africa, Ghana is leading in terms of producing quality cocoa beans. And Ivory Coast produces in terms of quantity. The reason why Ghana, our cocoa beans are classified to be quality is because of the process the beans pass through. That is the fermentation process. So from here, we'll take a walk to where we are going to do the demonstration. We have an observation of it. We also get a chance to taste both the fresh and dried cocoa beans.
He is harvesting the cocoa. In fact, Ghana is so lovely. Ghana is natural and greenery. Hit me up for all your thoughts in Ghana. It shall never be the same.
Because the beans is what we need. So I'll leave it out here. Okay, so we are at the point where we do the fermentation and the drying process. So the beans here have already been fermented and dried also. So they are ready to be sold out for the production of the chocolate, Milo, brown gold, and many more. But before we get this, the beans inside the pot, they are white in color. So we need to ferment the beans so that they change from white to become brown, get the taste and the aroma. We have some beans undergoing process just behind me here. We just did it yesterday, so it hasn't turned to any color yet. The color will start coming up on the 3rd or on the 5th day. So we go in for either plantain or banana leaves. Because they are broad, those are the leaves we use for the process. We lie the leaves on the ground, then we strike all the pod open. So we take our ripe pod, then we strike it open. So this is how the beans in every cocoa pod is arranged. It ranges from 1 to 55, not more than 55 and not less than 1. And this also can be taken in as a fruit, which is going to taste like either mango or soursop. So we are going to try. Please, we don't chew, we don't bite. Hey, madam. Is that how to do it?
Yes, ma'am. That one is for you, this is mine.
This is yours. You got one for yourself.
Yes. Open it. Open it and let's see.
You should have hired me. You know.
Okay.
It's open.
So you've done well. Yeah. So let's try. Please, we don't chew, we don't bite.
You lick
Just
around
suck on it. Afterwards, you can leave the bean anywhere in the farm and it's going to germinate. So
a tree.
1 or 2, then you suck. So let's try with this one first. Afterwards, we go to the next one. So let me try first.
Vous n'avez pas peur
C'est
de
sucré.
mourir?
C'est sucré.
Oui, c'est bien sucré.
Ce sont des bonbons pour les enfants.
Il ne faut pas les croquer.
So when you're done, you just leave it anywhere in the farm.
C'est très productif.
It's called cocoa.
It's very sleepy. It doesn't matter, you can have it. Oh, it's delicious. Yeah. So what's the flavor you're getting? Is it mango or soursop?
What is soursop?
Another plant.
It's just
In
a
Ghana, we
fruit.
call it aluguntugui.
Aluguntugui. So let's try this one too. You're getting mango flavor? Okay, so let's try this one too and see.
Very good.
après avoir touché les plantes poison.
So the ones you are leaving on the ground, they are all going to germinate. So you're helping us by planting a new tree.
Yes.
So
You
this
planted
is-
3.
So this is
I
the
planted 3 trees.
okay. So this is the Amel variety. It's going to take you 3 weeks, then it germinates. 7 years, you have a full-grown tree. You start harvesting. So among the two, which one is sweeter?
For me, this one.
The first one is sweet. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the first one here covered for you. If you want to enjoy more, you open it up, then you enjoy.
Okay.
We keep it covered because of housefly. So what we do is after we open up the pod, we bring all the beans out, put them on the leaf, then we cover. Fermentation starts with darkness. So the moment we cover, fermentation begins.
Is that why those were under there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it the heat or the darkness?
We need heat. We need heat, actually. So we normally heat them so that it will be very quick and all that. Now, we don't allow air to go through the beans. Otherwise, they will start to germinate.
You don't
Looking-
allow what to go through the beans?
Air.
Air.
Air, yes. Because whenever it starts to germinate, we don't have space to plant new trees in the farm. So we have to put some sticks and stones around it. So let's assume these are sticks and stones. We put them around, leave it in the farm for 3 days. On the 3rd day, the farmer comes around and we are having a placenta that keeps the beans together. On the 3rd day, the farmer needs to separate the beans from the placenta. It's very much easy to be removed. After taking off the placenta, you put the beans back together in a heap form because we need heat. Cover it again for another 2 days,
Okay.
making 5 days. On the 5th day, the farmer noticed some changes. The changes will start from the surface. He or she will see that the surface of the beans has turned from white to become brown. But because it's in a heap, when you go in beneath about 4 inches, that place is zero fermented. So you need to mix the beans up. So for about 10 to 15 minutes, put them back together again. Cover for the last 2 days. So the process goes like 3, 2, 2, making 7. And on the 7th day, everything totally changed to become brown. But they are still wet and we need to dry them. In Ghana, we only use direct sunlight in drying of the cocoa beans. So we take the beans with either basket or bowl, take it to the house, put them on this mat. This mat is made out from a raffia tree. It's been tied with this rope in such a way that when it's about to rain, you can easily roll the mat up together with the beans to prevent the beans from becoming wet. So depending on how the sun is scorching, roughly 2 to 3 weeks, this is your end product. And this is what we are going to sell. The process that we did in the farm, everything is done manually. But as soon as the beans get to the factory, machines are going to be applied to it. So they are going through the machines, or first they will roast it. Afterwards, machines will just peel them off. It's just like granules. When it's really dry and you crumple them, the husks will be coming off. If not, machines will be taking off the husks. Afterwards, they are going to get the cocoa nibs. That's what they are going to grind into powder, mix it with sugar, add any additive to it to bring out the chocolate. And this is classified as 100% dark chocolate, which is also good to your health. It's good for those suffering from high blood pressure. It boosts your immune system. Yes, 100%. So you first break it into 2, then you smell to see if it does smells like chocolate. It smells like chocolate. The color in there is just like dark brown. Then you're going to also taste the chocolate, so you can chew it also.
So it's so open manual?
No,
Yeah.
with
No.
machines.
With machines.
At the factory.
Yes, at the factory. So please, you can start helping yourself
You can-
out.
Eat that one.
Yes,
Very
smell
bitter.
it first.
Yeah,
Smell it
bitter.
first to see if you are getting the smell.
It's bitter, huh?
Yeah.
Is it the whole seed or just the inside?
Everything.
Dans les magasins
Yeah,
bio,
just
moi
bite
j'achète ça.
everything.
Ils te vendent ça comme ça.
So how is it? Are you
Jamais
getting
vu.
the
À
smell?
Paris, c'est sûr.
What of the
N'importe où,
color?
dans les magasins bio,
It's supposed to be dark brown
ils vendent
inside.
ça.
After getting it, you can chew everything. It's good for those suffering from high blood pressure. It boosts your immune system and also gives retentive memory.
Thank you.
How is it?
Very good.
Is it
It's
tasting
like
like
I'm
dark
eating
chocolate?
chocolate.
Yes. It smells good. tastes
Chocolate without milk and sugar.
There's nothing
good.
being
So
added
as
to
long
it.
as it's 99% cocoa, it's better for you.
I like it.
It's better.
Yes.
Only one the secret.
You
It's
Now,
actually good.
in cocoa farming, everything is useful. There is nothing being wasted. So the pod here, including the placenta, we give it to animals like goat, cow, pig, and sheep. They love to feed on them.
Pig.
We sometimes leave them in the farm and they decompose. After decomposing, they fertilize the land. Now, they also dry up to become this. After drying up, they tend to become this black pod. And this is what we use in making of black soap for bathing. So the African black soap comes from here. For you to prepare the soap, you get a lot of this, which is well dried. Burn it well into ashes, collect the ashes and add water to it. Sieve it and set it on fire. Add either palm oil or palm kernel to it. A little amount of caustic soda to be added. You stir it until it becomes very thick. Then you can shape it in any shape you want. You have your soap for bathing, which is good for the skin, for skin rashes, and also for washing of
a
the
lot
hair.
of skin diseases.
Yes, it
Black
smoothens
soap.
the skin also.
When you go to the market, try and get some black soap.
Black
We
soap.
even have some here that we sell.
No, we don't eat black soap.
Ash. What else do you add to it?
Palm oil.
Palm oil.
No, this is what you burn into the ashes.
Oh,
Yes, you burn this, it will turn into ashes.
Okay.
You add either palm oil or palm kernel to it. You set it on
Right.
fire, stir it. When it's thick, you add either caustic soda to it. Then
Is that what hardens it? The caustic soda?
yes, it makes it also very foamy. Yes, it foams a lot. Yes. So after that, you just shape it in any shape you want. You can choose to add fragrance to it. Yeah.
Very good.
Now with the hacks here, we also get the cocoa butter. The pomade we use on our skin
the cocoa butter.
comes from here.
Take
Yes.
it back to America.
That's why it smells.
Yeah.
That's why cocoa butter smells like chocolate.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is where the cocoa butter comes from. You blend this into powder. Then the bean that you chew, the dried one, they blend that also into powder. Extract oil from here. Add it to this. Add more additives to bring out the cocoa butter. The last thing we get out of cocoa is that of the alcoholic beverage. We get alcohol like cocoa liquor,
Cocoa liqueur.
cocoa gin, cocoa wine, and also cocoa brandy. That one comes out from the juice around the seed. It goes through another fermentation process before we get those alcoholic beverages.
We've seen that on what they call chocolate liqueur, chocolate wine. Is
Yeah,
Yeah.
cocoa wine.
I think I tasted a wine, and
Cocoa wine?
it
Very
was
good.
like chocolate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I also tasted vodka,
Okay.
just like water, but it was tasting like cocoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The local one that we have here is the Takai. That one is also made
Yeah,
out of
Takai.
cocoa. Yeah.
Takai is very good.
Yeah. So those are the products that we get out of cocoa. Now, when you're selling your beans, this is what we sell. We sell them in this form. We don't peel them before we sell. So this goes to the government here in Ghana. Every cocoa farmer, this is what you're supposed to sell to the government. When they get this, they get it in bulk, send 60% of our cocoa beans to Switzerland, Belgium, and Japan for the production of the chocolate.
How come you guys don't produce it here?
We do produce chocolates, but with just a small quantity.
Yeah.
Why?
Yes.
You
Because
have
they
all
would
the
rather
goods.
say the
So we have the cocoa
machines
processing
and all
company.
that are going to use
The
in
cocoa
making.
processing company.
Which one was that?
You
one?
do have a pro-
Yeah, we do have it.
We do have a processing
but you send
company
out
here.
the majority of it to Switzerland and other places.
Yes.
That is because the machines, the equipment they are going to use in the production, they would rather tell you that it's not that many. We don't have a lot of companies that are producing the chocolate. That's why they rather
So
send
quite
it.
recently in Ghana, another company called Ferrafrique,
Yeah, fair,
they are also producing
chocolate.
chocolates from
Have you heard
cocoa.
of Bioko?
Bilko, no.
No, no.
Oh,
I don't know if you it.
it's good.
Oh,
You
that's a
can go learn
product.
how to make the chocolate yourself.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Where is the company located?
It's in Osu.
Really?
Yeah.
So
Wow.
if you
Okay.
want to plant cocoa, the fresh one is what we plant. The reason is that when the beans are fresh, this is the color inside. It's purple. looking at it from here, this white strain is the embryo going to develop into becoming a full-grown cocoa tree. But the moment it goes through the process, you realize the embryo is dead. So if you plant this, it's not going to germinate. But this is what will germinate. Yeah. So that is it about cocoa. Do we have any questions so far?
Nope, but it was delicious.
Which of them? The fresh one or the dried one?
Well,
Il faut pas que ce soit froid.
Okay.
Une température. Oui,
Any
normalement,
question?
dans les pays tempérés.
Get this, you just unwrap it, get yourself a nice container, put everything inside. The sponge you are going to use, you just wet it, rub it on the surface lightly, then you use it to bath. So it forms a lot, so you can have a smell of it, then you pass it on.
I'll recommend the black soap for all of you. Yeah, it's very nice.
Mais en France, t'as
Skin diseases and
des
everything.
trucs avec des soins au cacao et tout ça.
And this is also the chocolate. We have the milk chocolate, which contains 40% cocoa.
Do you use the black soap on the daily?
Yes, I use black soap.
You buy it at the store?
Yeah, I buy it in market. We have, you go to the Makola market, we have lots of them there as well.
We also have the 100% dark chocolate and that of the 90% dark chocolate. So we sell all of them. If you're interested and you want to get some, we have a couple of them here.